grand hall of Nithara's royal palace was silent. Claw crystal pillars sparkled under soft blue light. Alien nobles stood in silence, eyes watching the young princess standing at the center. Her name was Sarah Luna. She had silver skin, glowing, violet eyes, and a proud heart. Today, her life was about to change forever. High above, the voice of the Galactic Council speaker echoed, cold and powerful. To stop war between Earth and Nithara, the Council has decided. There shall be peace through marriage. Sarah Luna's eyes widened. Her heart dropped. She couldn't believe what she had just heard. "You want me to marry a human?" she asked, her voice sharp like ice. The speaker nodded. "Yes, a union between Earth's representative and Nithara's bloodline. The war will end, and both worlds will become allies." She felt like screaming. Humans were dirty, weak, and loud. They destroyed their own planet, and now they walked among stars, pretending to be equals. Nitharans were graceful, pure, and wise. This was an insult, but she could not say no. Saying no meant war, and war meant death for millions. Her father, King Zalthar, looked down at her with heavy eyes. "Daughter," he said softly, "this is for our people. You are the hope of Nithara." Sarah Luna clenched her fists. She felt anger, shame, and fear. But deep inside, she knew there was no way out. "When will I meet him?" she asked. "Now," the speaker said. "Bring in the human." The giant doors opened. In stepped Captain Leon Carter, Earth's chosen representative. He wore a simple black uniform. His hair was short, brown, and neat. His eyes were combat, unreadable. He looked straight at Sarah Luna and bowed his head slightly. Not too much, not too little. Just enough to show respect. Sarah Luna stared at him with disgust. He didn't smell, he didn't talk loudly. But still, he was human, not one of them. "This is Princess Sarah Luna of Nithara," the speaker said. "And this is Captain Leon Carter of Earth. From this day, you are engaged. You will marry in 10 cycles." Leon looked at Saruna. His voice was quiet. "I will not force anything. I am here to make peace. That's all." His words surprised her. She expected arrogance, pride, something rude. But he was gentle. Too gentle. It made her feel strange. "I didn't agree to this," she said, coldly. Leon nodded. "Neither did I, but I'll respect your choice. I'll stay out of your way, unless you need me." The room stayed quiet for a long moment. Then the council ended the meeting. The nobles left. The king and queen walked away. Only Sarah Luna and Leon remained, standing in the middle of the great hall. "You don't belong here," she finally said. "I know," Leon replied. "Then why are you here?" "Because peace matters," he said. "And because I was chosen, like you." She turned her back to him. "Don't speak to me unless I speak first, and don't touch me." "I won't," he said, gently. "You have my word." That night, Sarah Luna sat alone in her garden. Her heart was full of confusion. She thought she would hate him, but he didn't act like other humans she had seen in recordings. No jokes, no arrogance, just silence, respect, and something else she couldn't name. She watched the stars and whispered, "Why did they choose him?" Far away, in a guest room guarded by royal soldiers, Leon stood at the window. He looked up at the same stars. His hand was a small photo of his old team of friends who died in a rescue mission years ago. He closed his eyes. "This is not the life I wanted," he whispered. "But maybe this is the life I was meant to live." Princess Sarah Luna sat on her tall silver chair, her arms crossed, her face cold as stone. Across the table, Leon Carter quietly sipped from a glass of clear fruit water. This was their first private breakfast since the engagement. It was also completely silent. A robotic servant floated by and offered food. Leon thanked it. Sarah Luna didn't speak. She didn't even look at Leon. "How did you sleep?" Leon finally asked gently. Sarah Luna didn't answer. Leon nodded to himself and went back to eating, calm and respectful. He didn't force her to talk. Okay, he didn't complain. In her heart, Sarah Luna was angry. Not at him, exactly, but at the whole situation. Why was this human so polite? Why was he so patient? It annoyed her. She wanted to believe all humans were dirty, loud, and selfish, but Leon didn't fit that image. Later that day, they walked together through the royal garden as part of a peace ceremony. Cameras hovered in the air, broadcasting their faces across planets. Sarah Luna kept walking fast, not waiting for Leon. He simply followed, keeping his distance. "You don't have to pretend you care," she said suddenly, without looking at him. Leon raised an eyebrow. "I'm not pretending." She laughed, a bitter sound. "Humans always pretend. It's in your nature. You smile, then lie." Leon stayed quiet. He didn't argue. He just said, "I don't lie, and I don't smile unless I mean it." Answer annoyed her even more. That evening, Sarah Luna stood at her window, looking down at the training grounds. There, she saw Leon in full armor, moving through intense battle drills. Alone, no camera, no audience, it's just him. He fought a training bot 3 times his size. His moves were strong, fast, skilled. But what caught her attention was something else. When the session ended, Leon sat on the ground, breathing hard. A key reached into his pocket and took out a small photo. Sarah Luna used her tech lens to zoom in. It was a picture of a human team soldiers, smiling. She noticed one face had a black ribbon over it, a fallen friend. Then she saw it. Leon wiped his eyes. A single tear rolled down his face. This confused her. Why would a warrior cry? The next morning, Sarah Luna entered the training arena. Her advisor was shocked. "You wish to learn human combat?" he asked. "No," she said. "I wish to see how weak they really are." But that wasn't the truth. Deep inside, she wanted to understand him. Leon was there too. When he saw her, he bowed respectfully. "I didn't expect you here," he said. "Want to see how your kind fights?" she replied coldly. "Show me something impressive." Leon didn't show off. He didn't act proud. Instead, he handed her a staff. "I'll teach you the basics," he said. For the next hour, they trained in silence. Leon was patient, never laughing at her mistakes. He corrected her form gently. He kept his word. He never touched her without asking. "You're different," she finally said. "Not like the other humans I've studied." "I've lost people I cared about," Leon said. "War changes people." Sarah Luna didn't reply, but her eyes lowered. For the first time, she didn't feel angry around him. She felt something else, something softer. That night, the palace held a grand political dinner. Leaders from nearby systems arrived. Many spoke in whispers about the strange human in their royal halls. Some laughed behind Leon's back. One noble duke, Elther, stood and raised a glass to the human prince. He mocked, "Me, may he bring Earth's filth to our clean floors." The hall laughed. Leon did not respond. He simply lowered his eyes. But Sarah Luna stood. Her voice rang loud and clear. "Enough," she said. "You insult a guest underneath his roof, okay? That is our shame, not his." The hall fell silent. Duke Elthor looked shocked. "My princess, I meant, no, I don't care what you meant," she said sharply. "He is my future husband. Insulting him is insulting me." Leon looked at her in surprise. Their eyes met for a brief moment. For the first time, she had defended him. Back in her chamber that night, Sarah Luna sat quietly. "Why did I defend him?" she asked herself. "Why do I care?" She didn't know yet, but something had changed. Meanwhile, Leon stood on his balcony, looking at the stars. A soft smile touched his lips. "She's not cold," he whispered. "She's just scared, and so am I." Princess Sarah Luna walked slowly through the royal archives. The long hall was quiet, filled with floating data screens and soft lights. Her mind was full of questions. All of them were about one person, Leon Carter. She couldn't understand him. He was calm, respectful, and never pushed her. He didn't act like the humans she had studied before. He didn't boast, didn't complain, and didn't try to impress her. But what confused her the most was that he seemed sad, deep inside. Something told her, this man is hiding pain. So today, she came to the archives to learn more about him. She requested access to Earth's military files, secret reports, interviews, and battle records. After a moment, a glowing blue screen opened. In front of her, file, Captain Leon Carter, Earth Fleet Unit 7. Her eyes scanned the screen. Her hands froze. Captain Carter led a rescue mission on planet Elarine. His team saved 214 alien civilians, including 47 Netherans. During the final stage, his ship was attacked. Leon refused to leave until the last child was safe. Exploded seconds. After liftoff, 5 soldiers died. Leon was the only survivor. Sarah Luna stared at the file, her throat tight. He had saved her people. He had risked his life and lost his team. She leaned back slowly, feeling a strange ache in her chest. This human whom she had insulted, ignored, and doubted had already shown more courage than most Netheran warriors. Later that evening, she visited the palace gardens again. Leon was there, reading a small book. He looked up and smiled gently. "I didn't expect you," he said. "I have questions," she replied. He nodded. "Go ahead. Why did you accept this marriage?" she asked. "Even when you knew I hated it." Leon closed the book. His eyes turned serious. "I didn't want to marry someone who hates me," he said softly. "But if it means saving 2 planets from war, I'll do it." "But why you?" she asked. "Why not another soldier?" Leon looked up at the stars. "I was chosen because I don't hate," he said. "I've seen pain, I've seen death, and I know hate creates more of both." Sarah Luna sat beside him quietly. For the first time, she didn't feel disgust. She felt respect. A few days later, the palace held a remembrance ceremony. Every year, Nethera honored heroes who gave their lives for peace. Leon was invited to speak. One of the rescued children from the Elora mission was now a young Netheran pilot, and she personally requested him. Sarah Luna sat in the front row as Leon stood on stage. He spoke slowly. His voice was steady, but his eyes were full of sorrow. "I remember their names," he said, "every day, not because they died, but because they lived. They laughed, joked, argued, and when the time came, they protected people they didn't even know." The crowd listened in silence. "They were human," Leon said, "but they were also heroes, not just of Earth, of every world they saved." Tears filled Sarah Luna's eyes. She didn't hide them. After the event, she walked up to Leon. "You should have told me," she said softly. Leon looked confused. "Told you what?" "That you saved my people, that you lost your friends doing it." "I didn't think it mattered," he said. "What matters is who we are now." Sarah Luna took a deep breath. "I was wrong about you," she whispered. "I thought humans only cared about themselves." Leon gave her a sad smile. "Some do, but some don't." That night, Sarah Luna stood at her window again, but her heart felt different. She remembered his words, his voice, his tears. This human is not weak. He's wounded. And still, he stands tall. She wondered, was it pride that made her hate him before? Or fear? Was she afraid of trusting someone who looked so different, but felt so familiar? Next morning, She made a bold choice. She entered the training ground and stood in front of him. I want to learn more, she said. Leon paused. About combat? No, she replied. About you. Leon didn't smile. He didn't tease. He simply nodded. Then I'll show you everything. The sun of Nithera rose gently over the royal palace. Today was a special day of celebration of peace between Earth and Nithera. Alien leaders from across the galaxy had arrived. A royal parade was planned through the capital city. Princess Sarah Luna stood in front of the mirror. Her silver dress sparkled like moonlight. Her long white cape flowed behind her like a soft cloud. Yet her eyes were serious. Are you ready, princess? Leon asked from the doorway. She turned to face him. He wore his Earth uniform, cleaned and polished, with a Nithran symbol on his chest. I don't like crowds, she said. Leon smiled. Slightly. Neither do I. As they stepped into the hovercar, crowds cheered along the streets. Colorful flags flew in the wind. Drones floated in the sky, broadcasting their every move. Sarah Luna waved politely, but her mind was elsewhere. She still wasn't sure if peace would last. And deep down, she worried, what if someone didn't want peace at all? Halfway through the parade, the hovercar slowed. A group of young children stood near the edge of the road, holding flowers. Sarah Luna gave a small smile and nodded. Suddenly, something didn't feel right. Leon's eyes scanned the rooftops. Soldier instincts kicked in. Get down, he shouted. A bright flash exploded in the air. A hidden attacker fired a plasma shot directly at the hovercar. Boom! The blast shook the entire street. Screams filled the air. The car flipped. Sarah Luna screamed as the vehicle crashed onto the pavement. Her ears rang. Her head spun. Through the smoke, she saw a shadow move toward her. Another shot fired. Suddenly, Leon jumped in front of her. The blast hit him in the back. He cried out in pain and fell to the ground. Leon, Sarah Luna screamed. She crawled to him. His body shook. His back armor was burned. Blood poured from the wound. Guards rushed in. They pulled her away for safety, but she screamed again. Let me go. He saved me. Inside the palace medbay, Leon was placed on a healing table. Machines beeped, scanning his injuries. Sarah Luna sat beside him, holding his hand tightly. Her heart pounded with fear. You're a fool, she whispered. Why did you protect me? Leon opened his eyes weakly and smiled. Because I care. A tear rolled down her cheek. You shouldn't have done that. Told you, he said, his voice faint. I won't let anyone hurt you, ever. Sarah Luna pressed her forehead to his hand. I was wrong. It's wrong about you. Meanwhile, palace guards captured the attacker. He wasn't human. He was Nitheran, from a noble family known to hate the peace agreement. When Sarah Luna heard this, her eyes filled with rage. She stormed into the royal court. This was an attack on peace itself. She shouted, My people tried to kill him to kill us, the council murmured. Some nobles looked away, ashamed. Others remained silent. My motherland was built on pride, Sarah Luna said, her voice shaking. But today, I'm ashamed. A human gave his blood to save me. And what did we give him in return? The room stayed silent. Then she declared, From now on, I will not stand as just a princess of Nithera. I will stand beside the one who showed me what true strength and honor mean. Hours passed. Sarah Luna returned to the medbay. Leon was still unconscious. She sat beside him and whispered softly, I don't care what the world says. You are not dirty. You are brave and kind, And if I lose you now, I don't know what I'll become, She gently kissed his forehead at that moment. Leon stirred. His eyes opened slightly. Hey, he said weakly. Did I miss something? Sarah Luna laughed softly, wiping her tears. You idiot. she whispered. You scared me. He gave a tired smile. Still here, because of you. The royal palace of Nithra was quiet, but not peaceful. Princess Saraluna stood on the balcony, looking at the city lights. Her heart felt heavy. So much had changed in just a few days. And the change was not just outside, it was inside her. Below, in the medical wing, Leon Carter still lay in recovery. The wound on his back was deep, but he was healing. She visited him every day now. At first, it was out of guilt, but now, she went because she wanted to be near him. The same human she once called dirty had saved her life. Her fingers touched the small scar on her shoulder from the blast. It reminded her he took the pain meant for her. That morning, Saraluna stood in front of the royal council. She wore a plain dress, not her usual royal gown. Face was calm, but her eyes were strong. I want to speak, she said. The nobles looked surprised. It was not common for a princess to speak without the king's permission. She continued, the man you all laugh at, the one you call outsider, protected this kingdom with his own life. Some nobles lowered their eyes. Kadas remained silent. Leon Carter is not the enemy, she said. The real enemy is inside us, our pride, our hate, our fear. The room stayed still. And from this day, Saraluna said boldly, I will not just be a royal puppet. I will think for myself. I will choose who I trust. Tana, she turned and walked out, leaving a stunned silence behind her. Later that evening, Saraluna returned to the medbay. Leon was awake now, sitting upright, reading a report. He looked up and smiled when she entered. You look tired, he said. She smiled back, sitting beside him. I just fought the council. Who won? She chuckled. No one, yet. There was a short silence between them, but it wasn't uncomfortable. It felt peaceful. You've changed, Leon said gently. You look lighter. She nodded. I was carrying too much anger. It blinded me, but now I see things clearly. Leon looked into her eyes. What do you see? I see you, she said, her voice soft. Not as a human, not as a soldier, just as you. Leon didn't speak, but the warmth in his eyes said everything. The next day, a trial was held for the attacker, the noble who tried to kill them during the parade. He stood before the council with no regret. I did it for Nithra, he said, for purity, for tradition. Saraluna stood to speak. Her voice echoed in the hall. You did it for hate, she said. You attacked peace. You betrayed this world. The attacker laughed. You speak like a human now, princess. She stepped forward and said firmly, no, I speak like someone who has finally opened her eyes. The council found him guilty. He was stripped of his title and sent to exile. That evening, Saraluna and Leon walked together in the palace garden. The stars were bright. The air was calm. I still don't know what the future holds, Saraluna said, but I know one thing. That? Leon asked. I don't want to face it alone. Leon stopped walking. He turned to her. Are you saying what I think you're saying? She took his hand gently. Yes, I want to choose this. Not because of the council, not for politics, but because of you. Leon looked down at their hands, then into her eyes. Then I choose it too. At that moment, a small group of young students walked by. One of them, an alien children, up. To Leon, sir, the boy said. Are you the man who saved the princess? Leon smiled and knelt down. I guess I am. Thank you, the boy said shyly, then ran back. Saraluna watched with a soft smile. For the first time, she felt something new inside her hope. Ending hook, but far away. In the shadows of a dead moon, the hooded figure from before watched a screen. On it, Saraluna and Leon held hands beneath the starlight. The figure growled. She trusts him now. Then it's time to strike. While her heart is open, The screen went black. The royal courtroom of Nethera was packed. Nobles, guards, generals, and citizens filled the wide chamber. The crystal ceiling reflected the early morning sun, but the air was tense and cold. Princess Sarah Luna stood tall in the center of the chamber. Her face was calm, but her eyes were sharp. Today, she wasn't just a royal figure. She was a voice for truth. Beside her stood Leon Carter, dressed in a formal Earth uniform, his injuries almost healed. Though quiet, he looked strong, like a warrior who had nothing to prove, yet everything to protect. The head of the council, Elder Jorvin, banged his staff on the floor. This hearing shall decide whether the human, Captain Leon Carter, remains worthy of peace with Nethera, or if he is to be sent back to Earth's crypt of honor and rejected by this world. The room buzzed with whispers. Some nobles wanted him gone. Some still hated the idea of a human marrying a Netheran princess. Others were afraid that Sarah Luna had changed too much, and that Leon had changed her. Elder Jorvin continued, "We have heard rumors that this human is dangerous, that he manipulated our princess, that his presence weakens Nethera's values." Sarah Luna stepped forward. "Then let's hear the truth." The first to speak was Duke Vilmer, a noble who had always opposed the union. "This man Leon Carter is not one of us," he said. "He hides behind soft words and good manners, but he is still human, and humans destroy what they touch. They bring war, not peace." Sarah Luna raised her hand. "Permission to speak?" Elder Jorvin nodded. She turned to the room. "Leon Carter saved my life. He took a blast that was meant for me. He protected this kingdom with his own body." "Perhaps," Vilmer said, "but maybe he planned the attack to gain your trust." Leon stepped forward now. "If I wanted power, I wouldn't have come with an open heart. I didn't fight for fame or position, okay? I fought because I believe peace is worth fighting for." The room grew quiet. Then a soft voice spoke from the back. "I would like to speak." All eyes turned. A young Netheran pilot stepped forward. She was small, with short blue hair and bright eyes. "I am Lena Kale, daughter of the Elo Ryan survivors. My mother told me how Captain Leon Carter saved us when others ran. He stayed. When fire surrounded us, he carried children in his arms. My family owes him everything." She walked to Leon and bowed deeply. Sarah Luna placed a hand over her heart. Others in the room began to shift. The truth was becoming clearer. But then a dark voice echoed through the hall. From the shadows, a tall, hooded figure stepped forward. It was Lord Crail, a powerful noble from an ancient family. "I bring evidence," he said coldly. "Proof that the human has been spying on ooze-feeding Earth secrets about our people." Gasps filled the room. Leon stepped back, shocked. "That's a lie." But Crail raised a small crystal cube. "This was found in the human's quarters. A data chip hidden beneath the bed." Guards moved forward. "No," Sarah Luna shouted. "Leon would never do that." Guards handed the chip to Elder Jorvin. He scanned. Utan frowned. "It contains political maps, secret locations of our defense systems." Sarah Luna turned to Leon, her eyes wide. "Did you?" Leon looked hurt. "I didn't put that there. I swear." "I believe him," Sarah Luna said. "Someone is trying to destroy what we're building." Jorvin looked around. "This is serious. If the human is guilty, he will be sent away forever." Sarah Luna took a deep breath. Then, with full courage, she stepped forward. "I demand a full scan of the data crystal," she said. "Track the fingerprints, track the DNA. If he placed it, the scan will show." Jorvin nodded. "Granted." Moments later, the royal AI completed the scan. The result flashed in red light. "Data inserted by Lord Crail." The courtroom exploded in shock. "You tried to frame him?" Jorvin said. Lord Crail growled. He is changing her, weakening our bloodline. Guards moved forward. Lord Crail, you are under arrest. He resisted, but Leon stepped forward and blocked his path. Calmly, he held Crail by the arm until the guards took him away. As silence returned, Elder Jorvin looked at Sarah Luna and, Leon, the court has seen enough. He stood and spoke clearly. Captain Leon Carter is cleared of all false charges. The union between Earth and Nithra will stand. And we recognize this human as one of our own. The room burst into applause. Many nobles stood. Some remained seated, shocked, but the tide had changed. That night, Sarah Luna and Leon stood once again on the balcony. You fought for me today, Leon said. Sarah Luna smiled softly. No, I fought for us. They looked into each other's eyes. No more hiding, she said. No more fear. Leon nodded. Then let's take the next step together. The sky of Nithra was filled with twin moons and glowing stars. The air smelled like soft flowers, and the palace glowed with silver and gold lights. It was a night the galaxy would remember forever. Today, Princess Sarah Luna was not just a royal leader. Today, she was a bride. Inside the palace garden, a long white path stretched between two large, star-shaped fountains. Guests from every corner of the galaxy were seated on both sides, humans and many other alien races. For the first time, there was no divide. No walls, no hate. At the end of the path stood Captain Leon Carter, wearing a traditional Nithran robe with Earth symbols stitched across the chest. He looked calm, but his heart was racing. Not because of fear, but because he had waited so long for this moment. Soft music played. The garden lights shimmered. Then Sarah Luna appeared. She walked slowly, her dress made of silver thread, glowing softly in the moonlight. Her hair flowed behind her like stardust. Eyes searched the crowd, then locked on Leon. Each step she took reminded her how far she had come. From hate to respect, from fear to trust, from silence to love. As she reached him, Leon offered his hand. She took it without hesitation. There was no fear left in her heart. The elder stood before them and raised his staff. Today, he said, two worlds unite not through war, not through power, but through love. He looked at Sarah Luna, Princess of Nithra. Do you accept this union? Not by force, but by choice. Sarah Luna smiled. Yes, I choose him freely. Okay, he turned to Leon. Captain of Earth, do you accept this bond? Not as duty, but as your path? Leon nodded. With all my heart. The elder raised his hands. Then by the stars, by peace, and by truth, you are now bonded. The garden filled with cheers. Music rose. Firelights sparkled in the sky. But in that moment, Sarah Luna and Leon saw only each other. Later that night, they stood alone under the stars. The guests danced and laughed nearby, but the couple stayed in quiet peace. Sarah Luna looked up. Do you remember the first thing I ever said to you? Leon laughed softly. Yes, you told me not to speak to you. She smiled. And now I can't stop listening to you. He touched her cheek gently. You changed my life. You changed me. Sarah Luna leaned her head on his shoulder. No, we changed each other. But, just as the night felt perfect, a signal reached Leon's communicator. It was from Earth Command. He opened the small screen. A dark image showed up a planet on the outer rim, completely destroyed. Smoke and fire filled the video. Unidentified. Force attacked Colony 7. We need help. Now. Leon closed the screen slowly. Sarah Luna saw the concern in his eyes. What happened? She asked. A new enemy, he replied. Something powerful, something different. Sarah Luna did not panic. Instead, she held his hand tighter. Then, we'll face it together. Leon nodded. You don't have to. I choose this, she said. again and again. Whatever comes next, we face it side by side. He looked at her with deep love. Then let's prepare. The next morning, the royal ship was ready. Sarah Luna wore a command suit, the Netheran royal crest glowing on her chest. Leon stood beside her in his captain's armor. Behind them, a joint team of Earth and Netheran soldiers waited for orders. This wasn't just a marriage anymore. It was a mission, a promise, a new beginning. As their ship rose into the stars, Sarah Luna looked back at Nethera. It feels strange, she whispered, leaving home so soon. Leon placed a hand on her shoulder. Wherever we go, you won't be alone, she nodded. We are no longer two worlds. We are one. Their ship jumped into lightspeed, heading toward the unknown. But neither of them was afraid, because together they were stronger than ever before. Final line. Emotional closure plus hint of sequel. And far beyond the stars, a massive alien force watched their ship approach. Let the humans and royals come, the leader growled. We'll see how strong their love really is.